Imagine living in a world where your every move is controlled, where your voice is silenced, and where your rights are taken away simply because of your gender. Now, imagine the moment when a group of women decides they've had enough. They must make an impossible choice: forgive the men who've hurt them, stay in a place that's always been their home, or risk everything by leaving. Welcome to Women Talking, a powerful film that delves into the deep struggles and choices faced by women in an oppressive patriarchal society. Women Talking, a 2022 film directed by Sarah Polley. You'll not only learn about the movie's gripping story, but also explore its thought-provoking themes. We'll uncover lesser-known facts about the film and its powerful portrayal of faith, freedom, and solidarity. Women Talking is more than just a film. It's a reflection of real-world struggles. So, if you're ready to step into the world of Women Talking, make sure you subscribe to our channel Movies Review for more in-depth movie breakdowns and insights. Let's get started. Before we talk about the core conflict in Women Talking, it's essential to understand where this intense and emotional story takes place. The film is set in an isolated Mennonite community, a place that holds tight to its old religious traditions and strict rules. In this world, the women live under the watchful eyes of the men, bound by the rigid laws of their faith. The community itself is portrayed as close-knit, yet suffocating, where even the smallest acts of rebellion are met with severe punishment. By setting the movie in such a tightly controlled environment, Women Talking intensifies the women's struggle. The isolation of this place highlights their lack of freedom, making their decision to confront the men in their community all the more powerful. As we continue, we'll see how these women, living under the weight of centuries of tradition, fight for a chance to reclaim their own voices. Before we discuss how the women's discussion unfolds, let's take a closer look at the core conflict driving the plot of Women Talking. At the heart of this film lies an unspeakable truth. These women have been systematically assaulted by the men in their own community. These men, trusted as protectors, have violated them, leaving the women with a difficult choice: to forgive and move on, or to stand up and fight back. The assaults have been going on for years, yet the women were too afraid to speak out. The men who committed these acts were often viewed as untouchable, their actions hidden under the guise of religion and authority. But when the truth finally comes to light, the women are forced to confront their situation head-on. In a world where their voices have always been silenced, this is the moment when they must decide how to respond. Before we dive deeper into the choices the women face, we must explore the crucial moment of the film, the discussion among the women themselves. This is where the film truly shines. The women gather together to decide what to do about the abuse they've suffered. They are given a window of time to decide whether to forgive the men and stay, or to leave the community behind and face the unknown. What makes this scene so powerful is not just the weight of their decision, but the diversity of opinions that arise. Some women want to stay and fight, believing that forgiveness is the only way to heal. Others want to leave, rejecting the idea of living under the men's control any longer. These differing views spark intense debates, and the conversations become both a struggle for survival and a battle for the women's identities. Before we conclude this emotional discussion, let's take a closer look at the key characters in Women Talking. Each woman brings a unique perspective to the conversation, shaped by her own experiences and desires. There's Salome, a woman whose anger and bitterness fuel her desire to leave. She represents the rage and disillusionment that many of the women feel. Then there's Martha, who struggles with the weight of religious faith and the notion of forgiveness. She represents those women who are torn between their faith and their need for justice. Finally, there's Agatha, whose wisdom and calm demeanor serve as a stabilizing force in the group. Her perspective is one of compromise, seeking a solution that might allow the women to survive while keeping their dignity intact. These women, each with their own pain, fear, and hope, represent the complexity of the decision they face. Through their conversations, we see how the different aspects of their personalities and histories shape their responses to the crisis at hand. Before we reach the conclusion of the women's discussions, it's important to understand the central themes that Women Talking explores. One of the most prominent themes in the film is empowerment. Throughout the film, the women slowly reclaim their voices and their autonomy. In a community where they've been taught to stay silent, they now find the courage to speak out. This is a profound act of rebellion and self-empowerment. Lastly, Women Talking is a powerful exploration of solidarity. These women, who have been divided by their personal experiences, come together to make one of the most important decisions of their lives. Their choice to leave symbolizes a powerful act of resistance against the oppressive system they've been part of for so long. And that's the story of Women Talking, a gripping and emotional film that challenges us to think about power, faith, and freedom. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the film, be sure to like this video and let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, Movies Review, for more movie summaries and insightful discussions. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.